Just wanted to do a short video on how to collect broccoli seeds. These are the seeds from my Calabrese broccoli. It's a surprisingly easy process. Would have been better to do it on a nice fall day rather than in the dead of winter when it's freezing cold outside. But we do what we have to do. So let me show you just how easy it is. So the pods are all very dried out. And if I tried to pick each individual one out of here, it'd be impossible. So what I do, I just pick up a whole bunch of these branches here, and I really just crush them in my fingers and let everything fall as it may. So you get a lot of chaff along with the wheat in the bowl, but that's okay because this stuff is so dried. There's no real problem with getting rid of it, but I make sure I go through and I squeeze and crush all of the pods that are in here, because not everyone breaks when you first pick them up, and they just fall in with a lot of seeds still inside. But then what I found, so can you see? There we go. Just like they used to do back in the old days, and they would winnow the wheat from the chaff. They would toss the remains up into the air and let the wind blow away the chaff, and then the wheat would remain behind. Well, I'm not throwing this up in the air, but gently breathing or blowing air into this container sends the stuff flying. Now, heavy ones that didn't open up previously, they actually don't leave. So it just takes a couple of times. And it's really just blowing the chaff away, and you're left with the seeds. Now, if you have a few bits of chaff left in there, it's not a big deal. I'm not selling these seeds. This is for my own use. But it's actually a really simple way to collect the seed, and only the seed. So I've obviously got a lot more to do, but I figured I'd just give you a quick show on how simple it is to collect your own seed. And so I finished it up. That's empty now. And these are the thousands of seeds, the Calabrese sprouting broccoli seeds that I have. And as I said, I'll never use that many seeds, but I'll have seeds for at least a couple of years. I can get a couple of years use out of this, assuming they're viable. So that'll be the next test, and then I'll give you an update and see how we do with the viability. So it's really that simple. Like I said, it'd be better to do it on a nice fall day rather than out here in the cold, because it is a rather messy process, but it is very simple. And once you let the plant go to seed, it's just a matter of letting the pods dry out. Now, I let them dry out all winter long, and so they're really dried out now, and they crumble very easily, but that actually works to my benefit when I'm crushing the pods. Now, you may remember from my last video where I said I needed a new hat. Well, I got one. As you can see, it's got the Garden Grown Grocery logo on top of it. It's available at my new Spreadshop store. There'll be a shameless link in the description below. We've got t-shirts, aprons, coffee mugs, and hats. So if you get any useful information out of these videos and you'd like to support us in some way, consider visiting the Spreadshop store and picking up some merch for yourself. That way you can use it when you're working in your own garden. So if you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you can stay up to date on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, let's grow something awesome. So it's been just 3 days since I began this viability test, and they're looking pretty viable. I don't know if you can see all throughout here, but there's a bunch that are sprouting, but it seems to have worked out pretty well. Let's see if I can open this up without creating too many problems. So as you can see, we got some germination going on here, and not too bad. Certainly not too bad for 3 days. I'd say there's more than half of those are sprouting, and if I give the others a little more time, they might sprout too. So I guess it wasn't too bad waiting till now to separate the seeds and save them. And what I can do, since I want to plant these, I'll just take some of these seeds and I'll actually plant them up. But our seeds are viable, which is pretty neat. But I'm going to label this a success.